We are Pia
and Cullen Baird-Smith,
bringing wisdom from the stars through our Pleiadian friends, Laarkmaa. Hello, dear ones. We are Laarkmaa, and we are here because we love you. We are here to help humanity to evolve. We are here to share our perspective and to help you to awaken to the power of who you are. We are here to help you remember things that you have forgotten. We are here to share our perspective and help you to see beyond your belief systems in the third dimension. Help you to understand the larger reality and how all beings in the universe are connected. We have questions that we will answer for you today that we are asked most frequently. And after we answer these questions generally, then we will allow you to ask your specific questions that you want to ask about humanity, evolution, healing, whatever it is that is in your heart and on your mind. Right now, we would like to address a question that we are asked quite a bit by many humans, and that is the question, what is my purpose? What is my mission here on earth? Each human has a feeling that there is something they are here to accomplish. Those of you who are awake, aware, and interested in spirituality, particularly are interested in finding out what it is you are supposed to do. We know that you are guided towards one thing or another as it unfolds in your life's path. Some of you want to help others to heal. Some of you want to teach others to show them a better way. Some of you just want to do whatever it is that brings beauty to the world. There are many things that you feel guided to do to fulfill your purpose. We have two things to say about humanity's purpose. The first one is that you are here to evolve into a more advanced species. You are here because you volunteered to come to Earth at this time to work with energies that are somewhat disruptive, somewhat confusing, somewhat unclear, in order to discover more about your own inner power, inner strength, and so that you can push against any resistance in order to learn and grow. In other words, you're like a chicken coming out of a shell. You're pushing against that shell in order to be born into a new form. You are pushing against whatever resistance is here to remember the beauty and the truth of who you are and to break free so that you can live without the bonds of constriction of belief systems. That is what you are evolving into. So your purpose from our perspective is to bring humanity to a higher level, a level of understanding the greater reality, a level of understanding that you are all connected and that all beings in the universe are connected. But from a more personal standpoint, you might want to say, yes, but what I can do, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing that makes me do my part? We would say to you that what you do is not nearly as important as how you do it. If you bring the idea into what you're doing of service, that you want to be of service to other humans, that you want to be of service to the earth, that you want to be service to human evolution, then that is the right attitude to bring into your work. If you bring in a feeling of joy because you enjoy whatever it is you're doing, you're bringing in a very high vibration to what you do. If you bring in the energy of compassion and love into your work, then you're bringing in another element of very high vibratory energy. So it turns out that it doesn't matter as much what you do as how you do it. You can be someone who is working in any position at a shop or a store, and if you go into work and count the hours until you get off and you say, I don't want to be here, I don't like this, then you're not doing a very good job, even though you may take every client, every customer, handle their needs, and then leave. If you go into the same shop and say, I'm so happy to see you today, thank you for coming here to shop with us, and you really mean it, and you really greet people with a smile on your face and joy in your heart, then what you're doing becomes entirely different. You're making a difference in hundreds of people's lives as you help them throughout the day. So that's a small example of how what you do is not as important as how you do it. But the main thing that you need to know about your purpose or your mission in life is that your mission is basically to wake up and remember who you are. You are beings of love. And your purpose is to remember that and to simply be love. Project love into everything that you do, everything that you think, and that everything that you are. That is the most important mission that any human being has at this time. For it is in being in the vibratory element of love that you raise your own evolutionary status. You awaken to learn that there are larger perspectives than what you have previously thought. One thing that we see that makes humans struggle quite a bit is that many of you believe things you have been taught or you have been told. And we would ask you to step aside from those belief systems because those are things that live in your brain. They are in your mind, but they are not in your heart. What you feel that makes you happy, what you feel that makes you grateful, what you feel that makes you connected, what you feel that makes you smile, these are things that reflect your true nature. These are things that connect you to the greater universe, to the love of all that is. These are the things that we wish you would focus upon now, and allowing your heart eventually to lead your thought process, so that you think things that are guided by your heart, saying, oh, this is a new way to look at this, or oh, I remember now that I can look at it like that. These are ways that you can change for your own evolutionary growth. So your purpose or your mission at this time may be slightly different, come in a different package for each one of you. But basically, the mission is to wake up, to be who you are, to be of service to each other and the planet, and to do it in a loving way so that you are reflecting love and light as you move through your life. That's the basic purpose of life for you in this evolutionary stage. There are many who are coming to Earth at this time to help humanity much as we are helping humanity now. We give you messages to help you understand the greater truth. We give you messages to help you understand that you do not have to hold on to beliefs that have been passed down traditionally from parents, from teachers, from churches or religions, or from governments. All of these things are mental ideas and belief systems, but they are not necessarily based on the truth. The truth is something that you can feel in your heart, and you resonate with it because it makes you know this is real. That is the truth. And most often that comes to you from what you feel, not from what you think. It's not that we don't value your thinking. Humans who have thought processes are very good at using their thought processes to accomplish things. And thought is very helpful. But you have become separated somewhat in what you think and in what you feel. So we are here to help you remember that your feelings are important and that you have a set of feelings that remind you continually this is what life can be like. Those are the feelings of love, joy, trust, and compassion. You also have another set of feelings that we classify separately. These are the ones that you call your emotions, and they are anger, sadness, jealousy, fear, all the things that make you uncomfortable. Now, would you like to know a little bit about our perspective of how your emotions serve you? Is that something you would enjoy hearing?
Yes.
We see that your emotions are there only to remind you of how you are out of balance and how you are out of harmony. If you are unhappy about something in your life, most likely it is because you are thinking specific thoughts about whatever that is in your life. You're thinking something about, I can't have what I need, or you're thinking, that person is always mean to me, or you're thinking something about what you feel. What we encourage you to do is to use your emotions as signposts to help you move back into harmony, to re-examine your thoughts in another way, so that you can begin to say, how else can I see this? So your emotions are there actually not to make you miserable. Your emotions are there to serve you. If you feel very sad, you may want to examine your thoughts and ask, why am I feeling so sad? And then when you discover an answer, you can say, well, is that really true? And then you can say, is there another perspective? And broaden your thinking thought by thought until you recognize there may be another way to see the situation. And then you can change those feelings of sadness by saying, oh, I see what the cause is. I've been thinking that person doesn't like me. That's not the truth. The truth is that person is unhappy themselves and they can't really connect with me. So they have a responsibility that they have to work with, but it really doesn't have anything to do with whether they like me or not. So therefore, I don't need to feel sad. That's just one small example of how to work with your emotions. But your emotions are wonderful assets for you to learn how to balance yourselves and bring yourselves back into harmony so that you can experience more bliss, more joy, and more happiness on this earth journey that you are on. The more time you spend and the happy vibrations, the more you expand your awareness and you grow. But the experience of having emotions that are not so happy is beneficial as well, for these are the ones that instruct you and inspire you to seek something different and more pleasant. Having those emotions is there to help you understand, what can I do to turn my thinking around? What can I do to appreciate the gifts that I have? We often tell people who are very sad or depressed to make a list of things they are grateful for. And if they can't think of anything, walk outside and look at the sun and say, thank you for keeping me warm and for growing my food. Or look at the rain and say, thank you for making the plants grow so that I can eat. And then as you begin the practice of saying thank you, you move outside of that state of feeling sad into a state of gratitude. And it helps you to grow and expand and see that things can be other than what you believed them to be. We wonder if you would now like to spend time in a dialogue with us, asking us your questions and things that you have in your heart, and we will begin to converse with you one by one for the whole group so that we may help expand your awareness and that we may learn from you. You see, from our perspective, we are all the same. Your energy manifesting into a human form, having an experience in the third dimension. We are energy manifesting into a form of star beings from outside of your third dimension, who move about multidimensionally into many dimensions at once. So if we can share our perspectives, we learn from each other. And that way we can encourage our own growth while we are helping you to encourage your growth. That's what we want to do. We want to help everyone in the universe to expand, and we're working now with humans on Earth. Bring things into your awareness to remind you of possibilities. And as we said earlier, please don't believe anything we say. Trust that your heart tells you, yes, what they're saying makes sense. If it makes sense to you, it is right for you. If it doesn't make sense for you, follow your own heart. Always we are here to empower you to make your own choices by listening to your own intuition and your own heart. We share our perspective and we tell you how things work in the larger universe, but you retain solely the power of choices of how you wish to experience this life on earth. We thank you for our time with you today, and we thank you for your conscious questions and your willingness to open your hearts and your minds to listen to something that may be a little different than what you're used to. Thank you for being willing and able and for spending your time with us. And we ask each one of you to take our best wishes for your life experience into your heart and live the happiest, most productive lives that you can by being all of who you are, divine beings of love. We love you. Good always.
Check out our books, card deck, calendars, and articles at laarkmaa.com. This message was taken from one of our live calls. If you would like to join our future live calls, please join our email list at laarkmaa.com. That's LAARKMAA.com.